Hello everyone. So this has been such a requested video. I've wanted to get it up. I've had so many people messaging me on one of my videos, which you can see in the top right hand corner. I did a set of nails where I used one of the Cover Pink hard gels that I made myself, and you guys wanted to know how I did that. So I'm going to do, I think, 3 different colors of hard gels that you can actually make into a Cover Pink or Cover Peach. And it's really easy to do. You can use what you have on hand as long as you have a builder and some gel polishes, and they make the prettiest colors. You can mix them to how you're happy with them, client's happy with them, to get the perfect cover pinks or peaches or tans or whatever you're happening to need for a set of nails. So in front of me, I have some containers. These are empty containers. These ones, I will put the link down in the description for these. It comes in a pack of 6. One I am using right now for the Cover Pink I shared in that video. So I have it to the side. I'll show you that one after. So we're going to mix 3 different colors. I'm going to show you polishes, the hard gels I'll be using, and how I do it. So we'll get started. I cannot remember offhand what size these are, but they're perfect for me. So you get a little bit when you mix and not too much. I don't like making a huge amount. I can remix if I need more because I pretty much know the ratio or the color ratio to the hard gel that I'm using. So these are perfect. So I've got this one ready. So what I've been using, you can use a clear hard gel. This one is from Magic Gel. This is the line I always use. And I know if I mix it with the polishes, it's still gonna last. It's still not gonna lift. It's still gonna hold up for my clients. That's what I really love about this. It doesn't change the way the hard gel builder is. So this one's a rose pink builder. Now this looks a lot pinker than what it is. It actually goes on. There's just a slight tinge of pink when it goes on. Actually, I'll grab a swatch and show you, just so you know I'm not mixing color with color. So we're gonna take some and I'll put it on this swatch to show you that it is very, very light. It's actually really nice. You could use this for French nails, but I like a little more color than what this one has. So that's why I'm gonna use this for the pinks to mix. Like I said, you can use a clear. One of the ones I'll be doing today will be with clear anyways, so you can see how that is. But this is like a really, really sheer, very, very light pink. Sometimes I find it's almost too light for even the French, but it is not bad. So, okay, I did a layer of it. As you can see with my glove behind, it's very, very light. It's just a slight tinge of pink. So that's why we're going to mix it and bring more color to it. So I'm going to take some of the rose pink builder and we're going to add it. And the reason I like to use the rose pink builder, because I don't find I use this one a lot, and then I'm not wasting my clear ones that I use all the time, because as you know, these are not cheap to purchase when you're a professional, and no point in wasting anything. So that is why I like to use the rose pink, because I'm not using it a lot. So you're just going to add, and I am making a mess. Don't do what I just did. I'm going to have to wipe that off after. So I'll just get, you're going to fill it about, I'd say half full. You can go more if you want more so that you have it for a few sets of nails. So I am just going to keep adding, and I will clean up my mess when I'm done. Do not do what I did. I am just making a mess everywhere, and I usually don't do this, but I'm just trying to get this video done. And I will be doing my nails with one of these Cover Pink builders that I show you, just so you know when we're done doing the mixing. Okay, so now I have to clean up my mess. Then we'll show how much of the polishes we're going to add. Okay, so you can see I have, say, about half, right? And you don't want to fill these too full, because I find when hard gels heat up, because my room's warm, they'll expand and then they'll leak out. So don't ever fill it right to the top. That's a good tip, because I have had gels before just expand so much that they come out of the sides and it's a big mess. So this is kind of perfect. So we've got that ready. I'm going to move the hard gel aside. Wipe off my gloves and then I'll get the polish. So I've always used the Daily Charme gel polishes because they have the really nicest pinks, and I'll show you the one I'll be using here. This one is called the Blush. So we'll be adding that one to this hard gel. Okay, so you saw by the swatch, it's a really pretty pink. So I'm going to take it and let some drop in here. There's one drop. And then I can rub it along the side. You don't need a whole lot. You want a little bit because obviously the more you add, the more it'll take on that color and be more of a deeper cover pink than sheerish, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to add a little more, and then I think we'll be good and we'll get a nice cover pink and not quite as sheer. If you want it more sheer, just add less. But if you want it deeper and covering nicely, then obviously you're going to add more polish. So I think that's good right now. So I'm going to mix it up. Yeah, hopefully you have some type of stir stick. It makes it a lot easier than using a brush. So you can kind of see the color we're getting. It's really pretty. So as soon as I'm done mixing, I'm going to swatch it and we'll see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Okay, time to try it out. Bring this swatch up so you can see. So if you're applying these, obviously you're going to apply a slip layer like always. So you've got your base down, your hard gel builder base, and then you're going to apply a slip layer, which I just did. It's already looking nice. And then we're going to take a dollop of it and we're going to start at the top. We're not going to start at the very top, a little bit down, and then you can kind of push it up, say if you were around the cuticles. It's just going to be kind of floating it over. And then at the end, I usually don't put quite as much, and then you can add, if you need to add some more, which I do. And I'm going to turn it to the side. I like to turn it to the side when I'm using it on a client, and then I can kind of see where the apex is and if there's any big indents or anything. I usually use a liner brush too to pull it around, but right now I'm just going to use this brush just to get it where I'm happy. A little bit more. And if you like the consistency of your hard gels, then adding these makes it for the perfect cover pink, because I find some hard gels, like if you don't like the brand as much, they tend to run more. This one is self-leveling and it doesn't run like some of them. It's the perfect system if you ask me. This is all I use mainly is Magic Gel because it's definitely my favorite of all the professional brands that you can purchase as a professional. It's just my favorite choice anyways. You may have a different one, but you could use those hard gels as well. If you apply them and they're not perfect, that's what finish filing is for. I like to try to get them as good as I can because then I'm not doing a lot of filing. And then you don't remove the color you just added. So you don't have to use magic gel with these polishes if you want. You're not able to purchase magic gel, but you want a cover pink, you can purchase the Daily Charm colors and add it to any builder. But look at how perfect that builder is. It's beautiful cover pink, if you ask me. What do you guys think? Let me know. And so I'm just going to show you one thing that I do here when I'm done doing a pot, so I don't forget what colors I used and what builder. But doesn't it look pretty? So I'm going to cure it now. So this is the printer I will use now to put that it is rose pink builder mixed with the blush. And then I know for the next time, if I love this color, this hard gel cover pink, if I want to use it again, then I can mix it and I can get it pretty close. They're not hard to mix. So I'll use this. I'll show you in a minute printing and putting it on this one. So this one is done and I still have lots left, so I can use it again. Cover it up and then I'll print that right away. So I did print the label from the printer I showed you, and there it is. The printer's really good if you're looking for a wireless one. I'll put it down in the description, the link for it if you're wanting one. The printer comes in really handy for printing on your swatch sticks or on top of your jars or whatever you need it for. So yeah, it'll be down there. I'm going to do a different color now. We're going to use this really dark one, and we're going to use, it's called Brilliant and Universal Sculpting Builder from Magic Gel. And we're going to mix this with it to get more of a peachy cover pink. I don't want it this dark, so we'll have to be careful how much of this we add. So let's try this one out. I've never made this one before. So this is the art gel I'm talking about. And this one can be used as a top coat. That's why it's called Brilliant and Universal, because you can use it as a thicker top coat and it stays shiny, or you can use it as a builder. And I'm going to use this one because this is the end of this pot and I prefer to use that versus my brand new one. And there's lots in here still. So I'm just going to grab my little spatula. And what you can do so you don't make such a mess, tip it. So I'm going to tip it and get a lot to the end before I pour it in. You can see I have quite a bit there. So now I'm going to pour it. And as you can see, I am not making as big a mess by doing it this way. I'm just going to get it in now. Now, this is where we got to be so careful. If you have a lighter peach, definitely use that, but I don't right now. So like we're just going to add the slightest amount to get the color. This is called Living Coral. It's really a nice color actually for fall or for spring or for summer. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit at a time. So just that little bit, because it is dark and I don't want it to be that dark. So let's see when we mix it up what happens, if it's going to be, oh yeah, so see this one is really dark. So we're going to do something to lighten it a bit. I don't quite want it that dark. So we're going to take a little bit. So I do have a color, it's kind of a peachy undertone. It's called Pointy Shoes. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of that because we want to lighten it up. It's a little too dark. And you can see if you put too dark of colors in, the difference than a lighter one. And we're going to mix it up and see what we get. Oh, so see, this is really nice. It's kind of like a, it's definitely got a peachy undertone, but now it's a nice kind of sheerish type. I can't explain it. You will see it when we swatch it. I like this where it's at, so I'm not going to add any more. And we're going to swatch. Okay, so again, you'd have your base, you'd have primed, you'd have your nail completely ready when you're going to be adding this. Just going to wipe away the mess I've got. And then you're going to do your slip layer. Piece of fuzz on there. So there's the slip layer. Now we're going to add some more. Dollop of it. And again, we're going to float. So as you saw, you can just really play with your colors to get the perfect cover, peach or pink or whatever color you're going for. You can't do anything really wrong to mess it up. You just kind of want to add a little bit at a time if you're not sure what color you're going to get. And then it works out just perfect. So there's that one. It's actually nice. It's a totally different shade. And I'm going to cure this one. And I'm just going to show you one more. I don't want this video to be too long because I will be doing my nails. So I will show you the other one that I already mixed. And you can see the color when it is mixed, what colors I used. And then we'll move on to my nails. So I used the Rose Pink Builder. I used Fair Lady from Daily Charm. So you can see I've already done this one. I've used this on a few clients now, and I just want to show you what it looks like. Now I'm going to be using this on myself in this video, so I won't swatch it for you. You'll see me applying it to my nails. But there it is. It actually isn't as dark as it looks in the container as when it goes on my nails. It's actually so nice. You'll see that. But yeah, I'm not going to swatch this one because you'll see me using it, but it turned out to be the perfect cover pink. So let's get started on my nails now. So I am doing a fill on myself, but I did the removal of the color, checked for lifting. This was a Gel X dupe set, and you can do fills on them. So the most important thing is to remove any lifting. So then I also primed them. I used a base coat. So now I'm going right into the application of the cover pink that I had made. And I'm doing a slip layer. And once I have that slip layer covering the whole nail, I don't cure it. And then I'm going to take a dollop of that cover pink again, and I'm going to float it over my nail. I find with any builders, mostly a cover builder color, if you take too long, say, and your client's nails or hands are really warm, you can get slight running even if you apply the slip layer. So you want to move pretty quickly if it's really warm in your room. If it's cooler, usually that's not happening because your client's nails will be not as warm too, but move quicker, grab a liner brush and move it around. And I'm using the light to get it nicely on there so there's no indents on there as well. And then once I have the whole nail covered and I'm happy with it, then I'll flash cure for about 5 to 8 seconds and move on to the next one. So this video doesn't take too long. I am just showing you one more nail applying the cover builder that I made. Please let me know in the comments of the 3 builders that I did make, which is your favorite. Which one do you think is the prettiest? Which one would you use on, say, yourself or a client? So doing the slip layer again on this one and that dollop of the cover pink and floating it over my nail. And I just keep going down. Of course, I want it a little thinner around the edge of the nail. It doesn't need to be quite as thick, but I do need to add a little more. You can still see some shadowing. So just going over it, floating it. And I do use my liner brush, I think, on this one too, just to move it around. And I got a little bit by the cuticle, so you want to make sure you get rid of that so you don't get any lifting. And just going around to make sure it covers nicely around that cuticle. And when I have this one done, I will show you them all done before I file them to show you what this cover pink looks like once it's applied to all of the nails. So I'll just finish this one, and then I will be showing you right away what they look like when they are cured. So there they are. Isn't it pretty? I love the color. So I did file, and I used some isopropyl alcohol to remove the dust. So now I'm taking the foil transfer gel from Daily Charme. I shared a video not long ago with a trick with stickers, and I'm using it in this video. So if you want to see that video, it's in the top right hand corner. But I am applying the foil transfer gel all over the nail where I'm going to apply the sticker. I cure it for 60 seconds, and then I apply the stickers. I don't know if you've ever applied stickers, but there's always that edge around them that's clear, and sometimes when you cover it up, you see it. Well, by applying the foil transfer gel, it gets rid of that, and that's what I love about it. So it sticks down nicely, you don't see it. So I will put the link for the foil transfer gel down below as well as the matte top coat I'm using, because I'm going to be using some pigments and I need to only cure it for half the time you're supposed to, so the pigments will adhere to it. So I did the 3 nails that I'll be applying the pigment to with a matte top coat, and this matte top coat cures for 45 seconds. So I did it about 22 to 24 seconds applying the pigment, and my pigment brush is from Daily Charme. I'll put it below too because it's the best one I've ever used. It really helps with the pigments applying. So you're going from the bottom, you're using more pigment, and then as I go up, I softly add it so it has a nice ombre. You can use wipe to get rid of some of that pigment if you have too much on your brush as you're going up. But usually if I apply quite a bit at the tip and move up, it just thins out and it is a nice ombre, if that makes sense. So I did remove a little bit of the pigment there to soften it. But these pigments, I did a video on this as well. These pigments are so nice. So if you want to see that video in the top right hand corner, applying the pigments, and I will put the link for the pigment down in the description as well if you want. I think it's got about 6 or 8 pigments in it of different pastel colors, and they're my favorite pigments I think I've ever used. So I chose green this time, which is really different for me. I don't usually use this type of green on my nails, but I figured I pulled the green from the stickers. It's the exact same green as in the leaves, and I wanted something different. And it goes really nice over that cover pink, I think. So just gonna do the thumb and finish it, and then I will be top coating these. You may have noticed when I'm top coating, one of the sticker nails I totally changed. I didn't like how I placed the stickers, so I redid them off camera, and I just removed them with some acetone and reapplied. So before you cover up pigments, you do have to file the edges slightly so the top coat has something to grab hold of, and then there will be no chipping. So make sure you do that before you top coat when applying those pigments. I use a thicker top coat when I do cover up pigments, then it just guarantees no chipping. And this is the top coat I'm using, like I showed in the beginning of the video, Brilliant and Universal. It's my favorite top coat. It's thicker. It just goes on so nice. It's self-leveling, and you get a really nice shiny nail when they're done. And I'd rather use this than a thinner top coat because then it guarantees nothing's going to chip. Same with on chromes or anything. It's really good anyways. So just covering up that nail and making sure I just have a nice apex there and everything's filled in. There's no indents. And I do use the light to do this as well, so to make sure I have nice coverage over the nail. And I think I show you covering up one of the sticker nails. And again, this top coat is really good for covering up the stickers because sometimes stickers tend to be a little thicker. And if you were using a thinner top coat, you'd have to use one or definitely 2 top coats over it just to cover so that they don't come off. I don't know if you've ever applied stickers and they start coming off from your top coat underneath, if that makes sense. Well, this top coat, that doesn't happen. If you apply it thick enough, it covers them. You don't know they're there, and there's nothing exposed that it's going to come up later on. So that's why I do love this top coat as well. I don't know if you guys use a thicker top coat. Let me know if you do and if you like it or you prefer thinner top coats. But I've just been taught this way when I took my training, and I've just always used it, and I'm still liking it more than a thinner top coat. So I do use thinner top coats once in a while if it's something that doesn't need to be covered up so much, or just depends what I'm doing. But this one definitely is my preferred one. You'll see that in a lot of my videos. So I'm gonna show you right away. Once I'm done doing my nails, you always have to hydrate because you dehydrate when you're doing nails with all the products so that it bonds. So taking some cuticle oil, this one is from Erika's ATA. I will put it down below, my favorite cuticle oil. They have such nice scents. That's why it is my favorite, I guess. So I am just going to show you the finished nails, and the sleeve that I have on is from Daily Charme. They just came out with a bunch of them. So it's like a cuff. It just is perfect for photos or videos on yourself or your clients. It makes them look really pretty. I love the nails, how they turned out, very spring. I like the green ombre. It's something different for me with the flowers. Let me know what you think of this set. And I want to thank everybody for watching. If you could please like this video if you enjoyed watching, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see everybody in the next one.